Good morning, everybody, or good evening, wherever you are. Okay, welcome to another episode. No, actually, welcome to another cooking demo. I call them cooking demo because we are cooking with my sauce today. So when you cook with my sauce, there's not a whole lot of cooking. Meaning you don't have to make the sauce from scratch, which typically would take about a few hours because that would require you to go to some Asian grocery store and get all the ingredients that you probably never needed again. Or, maybe you might have to buy something online, from Amazon or something like that. So because you're cooking with my sauce, so today we are going to cook with a very popular green curry. This is like my all-time favorite. I created many dishes with this green curry. I actually even made some Italian pasta dishes, putting this in instead of cream and basil with it. So, but as we go on later on, I'll show you all the other recipes that I made with this sauce. So these sauce come in about 12 ounces jars, and that's about 24 tablespoons, and that will get you quite a bit. It will get you maybe 12 dinners for you. Of course, if you cook for 12 people, that would be like one shot for 12 people, right? And you're going to cook the whole jars. But most of the time, it will only be like a few of us at home. So the green curry we have at Indochine are really simple to make using my sauce. So what you need is that you're going to need the coconut milk. And I use this brand because I just like this brand. I mean, there are any brand you can use, but this one does not have a lot of starch, which I like. So that is and it's 13.5 ounces. And for you, you just need one. Now, if you feel that you wanted to reduce the cholesterol effect, you can actually add more water in it. The trick for you, though, if you really need to do that, then just buy regular coconut milk, opens it, and then add in some water and then portion them into different cups and freeze them so then you can use them that's already been diluted with some water versus go out and buy the thing that say coconut light. You don't need to do the light, because that's actually cost you more money. They actually cost more money off the shelf, but at the same time it's also cost you more money because they actually just add water in it. So you can do that yourself, okay? So that is like a pro trick for you. But okay, so today I'm going to do this and it's really super easy. I'm going to turn this thing on. And this is exactly how you should do it at home. I'm going to do it with shrimp. Now I use the kind that come in that like about 20 shrimp per pound. So you can just use a third of a pound, right? That would be about 7 or 8. For you, probably that would be enough, and that's what we're going to be doing. And then as far as the veggie, we have bell pepper. I cut it like this. Remember how I always cut my stuff kind of similar length. The green beans, and then I cut my zucchini like this. And then of course I have fresh basil. This is key. You need to really make sure you get some fresh herbs in this, okay? The sauce have a lot of it in it already. It have kaffir lime leaves, it have all sort. But it's good to always add the fresh herbs in at the end to kind of, bring all of that wonderful aroma out. And then so, let me see here. Is that going at all? Okay. So, it is going climbing up slowly. So in the meantime, I will talk to you more about it. So, and then to cook for one portion or maybe two, depending on how much you eat it, one of these is fine. 14 ounces of coconut milk. About, I would say, all of these, if you have to weight this, it's probably more like not even half a pound. But if you put it in a cup, probably about 2 cups of vegetables. Okay, and then what you're going to be doing would be, you will be using 3 tablespoons, right? 3 tablespoons of the paste, if that's what you want. So it is slowly heating up now. I might want it to probably try to change to a wok later when we do fried rice or something because the wok is a lot, it heats up a lot faster. But maybe most of you would have something like this at home that would take a little longer to cook up. Okay, but now this is what you do. Assuming this is already hot, you want to do is that you're going to put in your coconut milk, okay, the whole thing. Okay, so the whole thing there. It is warming up. It just take a long time this morning. I think it's got the weather. It's kind of cold. Maybe it's impacted. And then I'm going to put in the vegetables first. You can always put in the whole thing. Okay. Oh, and then I'm going to be leaving the basil out. And then I'll wait until the vegetables cooked a little bit because the shrimp takes hardly any time. The shrimp takes like a minute and a half if you get it really, really hot going on here. So, and I'm going to put in all of these, which is about 3 tablespoons of my green curry. And I give it just a little quick stir here. And it is hot now. So normally if you already turn on, the stove hot and then you do this, it would probably take you about, 5 minutes the most from start to finished. If you cook it with chicken, it would probably take a little longer, maybe 2 more minutes to make sure that the chickens are cooked well. But it is hot now, a little bit now. So that is what we're going to do. So when I'm going to go off a little bit, do something else, I'll be back in about 2 or 3 minutes. And then when this is done, like the veggie, at least cook for 2 minutes, and then I put in the shrimp, then we finish it out, okay? But normally this whole thing should only take you 5 minutes. Yeah, you don't make the mistake that I make of not turning the heat like before. All right, so we'll see you back here in about 2 minutes. Okay, yeah, so now after a couple of minutes, and actually, so you can tell it's boiling already, you see? So it's bubbling up. So what I kind of do right now is I probably would add in the shrimp at this point. So I would just add in my 8 pieces of shrimp. And I give it a go for another minute or 2, and then I am done. Now, if you want the green curry to be really thick, depends. There are people that like more of a Indian curry consistency. You can cook it down. But for some people like to eat this with noodles, or zucchini noodles is very good with this. Then you might want to add more water, right? It all depends on what you want to do. So what I would encourage you to do is to try and then see what it is that you want that will fit you more, right? The sauce is perfect the way they come, so you don't have to worry about adding anything whatsoever. The only thing you probably would want to add, and if you want it to be spicier, then you can add in fresh chili peppers. You don't have them, jalapeno is fine, habanero is fine. Any kind of thing that creates some heat, you definitely can just, add them in here. But that's probably the only thing that you will probably want it to do. Don't add anything else, okay? It's just perfectly seasoned the way it is. So again, 14 ounces of coconut milk, right? And between the protein and the vegetable, try to have them close to about half a pound, a little bit more, but not go all the way to a pound, because that'd be like make the curry be too thick. All right, so but that's it. I wish you were here though to be able to smell this right here. It really smells really good. So now what I'm doing is you're gonna pinch. I know, don't ask me why, but I like to pinch in my herbs instead of cut them. So here, and the whole room would be basil. You feel like you stand in the field of basil, I guess. So it's really, really good. There. Then I'm going to turn down my heat a little bit to make sure you see. Once the bubbles kind of subside, you will definitely see how this thing would look like. But this is how your shrimp and all that would look like. It's really fresh. Look, see? Still very fresh looking. So even though after you cook it for a while already. So I'm going to take it out. So it's been literally like a minute. I think the shrimp cooked really fast, like I mentioned. So I'm going to take it out, cool it down, and pour it out for you to see how that would look like. Okay. Probably just turn this thing off so that it doesn't go. Okay. It's still going. So what I would like to do this time would be, this would be perfect, like I mentioned, with rice, with zucchini noodle, like a lot of people have been eating it like that lately, or just plain rice noodles as well. There are people who don't like any carb. Then what you want to do would be probably add more veggie. add a lot more. Broccoli would be really great with this. And then that way then you just eat, with just veggie and the sauce, right? So what I want to do would be to go ahead and see if I can pour it out and show you the final product. Now, people ask me that how come our green curry is not very green? And I agree, it's not very green because we don't use, artificial color. So I don't want to make my curry green. The people who probably add the green coloring in it to make it look really green, we don't do that. Or if you actually add in more basil, it could make it a little bit greener, but still, basil is not like bright green. So it's had that a little bit of a darker green. So it's up to you what you want to do. But if you want to make things greener, you can add color, but I definitely go against it. I don't like food coloring so much, so I probably wouldn't do it myself. But if you like, for presentation purposes, and you have no problem with color, then food coloring, then go ahead. But but you can tell mine because I don't want to cook it down because I like to eat mine with a lot of rice. So I'm going to, and I also like my vegetables crunchy. So I am not going to cook down a lot. So I eat this more like a soup, more like a thicker soup, which I really like because it just feels a lot more refreshing to me that way. All right, so let me go ahead and wipe this down. Then there your green curry. All right, so I hope you find that really, really simple. As a matter of fact, I think the video will probably take a lot longer than you actually going to cook this stuff. So if you have the right heat, turn on, dump everything in. This is like a dumping exercise. That's why I keep saying all of our curry, you do the same thing. You dump everything in. The only thing different would be if you're cooking with shrimp, then you wait a little bit. Put it in just before you take it out. But with chicken, pork, beef, tofu, just put them all together. And once the coconut milk and everything is like boiling, you let it boil for 2 or 3 minutes, depends on how thick you want it to get, and boil longer. If you want it to let it run like really fast, you want more runny, then you don't boil as much. As long as everything is cooked correctly, you'll be fine. And enjoy your green curry. I know that you will love it because I love it. I wish I could taste it and tell you how much I love it, but that'd be kind of weird, right? Because I've been eating this stuff for like 17 years, so I would love it. In the future, we might have one of you come in and kind of taste it and let us know how you like it. But for now, have a wonderful day. Cook a lot at home and stay healthy. Thank you for watching and see you later.